through your garden like a masquerade. Before I catch a catch a plane. I probably you before I your chain. Switch it up, it's rap, pixie dust. Money ain't to us. Broski went and you better fix her up. I just bought a crib to a chick, she got the biggest. And when I saw your sister at with the fishing hook, listen up, I've had to hit the cup. So if I swing my fist, you going in, so wish me luck. Boy, if you ain't talking paper, I'm a I tell Shorty spin around and watch it. Every time I hit the stage, I make it. Yeah. I just pull up to the crib and then I'm right back on that. Been stocked up, I ain't coming home with a full. All you rappers still washed up, I don't push weight, I just pull chips. She ain't pulling the socks up, when it's half time she get full. Finna leave the boxed up like send it, make a play and I exit. Money boy making London money, spent most of my life on the M6. Yeah, get rich or die trying, no leg. Been out here for like 8 years, come from Volkswagen to Bentley's, little bushes, run up cash, double back, baby show me what. Yeah, made up. You got such a pretty. Busy, no, this ain't a Chevy, the king of my city. Can't nobody check me, they know where I'm at if they coming to get me. I've been in the pocket like keys in a wallet. If you think you got it, then pull up and bet me. I'm keeping it solid and just being honest.
EA Sports, always proud to bring you the National Football League as we join you from Northwest Stadium, just outside Washington, D.C. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Washington Commanders. 2 one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. First play, and Purdy wants to throw it. To the right side, incomplete to Washington. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
I think the ball's out. They find some open field here. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Now for the point after. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. So the celebration in the end zone, but meanwhile we do have an injured player. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Daniels with a give to Krosky Merritt. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Last week we saw a rarity. He was over 200 yards on the ground, and they lost. So we'll see if they can get more carries like that and win this week.
And that was interesting watching the game tape, wasn't it? Because it was hard to register while we watched him pile up that yardage and create those nice runs that they didn't win the football game. But that doesn't mean changing what you do. Continue to feed him the football.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a third and very short. You look at this Niner defense, and they played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
They'll try and run for it. Krosky Merritt. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. A pickup of 5 that time and a first down.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big third down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Here we go, set. Panthers 60, Panthers, Cup 19, Cup 19.
Throwing now is Daniels. Now he'll tuck this and run. And a loose football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. Had some good yardage there, too, before he fumbled that football, Charles.
Yeah, just think about it this way. Running backs, as a general rule, they kind of know when the end of a run is near, and you notice how they cover up, right? They protect the football. Sometimes quarterbacks forget that out in the open field. After a while, you start to wonder, does the running back coach visit the quarterback coach and say, hey, I can help you with this. We can protect this and make sure we keep the ball.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Purdy. And this one caught downfield by Evans. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 36 yards on the play.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
Here's Purdy. Now he's going to step up and run. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
That's an early scrambler that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish it as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the 49ers go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. The 49ers ready to kick it away. And here we go. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Commanders take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Got a man, it's Tyquan Thornton. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
And the Commanders 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. A give now to Bill. This is Krosky Merritt. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. You look at this Niner defense. They come into this one in the bottom half of the NFL against the run, number 19 overall.
For some defensive fronts, playing the run is not the priority. is playing the pass, right? They get upfield, they rush the passer, and sometimes neglect stopping the run. That's something that they have to work on and reverse a little bit. Make sure you play the run on your way back to the quarterback.
13 yards there on a Washington first. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
To throw is Daniels. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Here we go, here we go.
And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Tag. Cowboy 80. Check, check. Ready.
Again, it's Krosky-Merritt. And it'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
On the double.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
Mustang 70, ready.
Daniels looking to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Out is Jake Bates to try the field goal. From the left hash, this from 37. Bates' kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So not exactly the response they were hoping for, but they'll take the 3 to at least get them on the score sheet.
Yeah, now is not the time to panic. All is well. Somewhat calm. Only down 14-0. So continue to play your game, take the points when they're there, and put the emphasis on your defense to go out and get you the football back.
And this one over the back line of the end zone. They definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but do they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there's never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one. First play of the drive, excellent run, just sets up wash, rinse, repeat, another first down.
Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Purdy from the gun. Connects with Kittle underneath. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 32-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Things looking much rosier for them here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Second down and 8. Shotgun now with Purdy. This is caught. Touchdown! Mike Evans. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the 49ers are able to widen their advantage. So after the disappointment in the opening week loss, Charles, this looks like really a completely different football team.
They sure do, and I think they realize we can't start 0-2. And they're determined to not let it happen by the looks of things here in the early going.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And he will dive into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is successful. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Check. Ready.
They'll run once more with JCM. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. 3rd and 3.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 3rd and 3.
And they go play action. Daniels. They'll try to, and it's a fumble. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
That one goes for 30 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Ready. 70 Lions. 70
And now they'll shift things around. On 1st down, it's Krosky Merritt. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Cougar 19. Check smash. Check smash.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Now 2nd and 5.
Go.
And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
Ready? 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Ready, ready.
To the air goes Daniels. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
It's now 4th down.
Bates' kick is good. And that'll get the deficit back to 16. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
Now on 1st down, it's Washington again. Pushing his way through. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. The Niners have the 1st down on a gain of 11.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Past the 20. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Their mobile, agile quarterback. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Niners continue to pull away here in this first half. Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 23. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Here's Daniels. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Michael Williams able to use that strength to get him for a loss of 2. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
Get it. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Now Daniels. Now he'll tuck this and run. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Warriors 70, Cowboy 80. 79 Broncos.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Johnson's got it complete. And he's going to have the Commanders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Let's go. Ready.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Going up top. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Tag. Cougar 19.
Back to throw again. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Now Daniels going to keep it. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. And he will perhaps get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And time has run out on this first half. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game. Good solid gain on 1st down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
Here's 2nd and 7. Off the play fake, Daniels. Downfield and caught by Thornton. And he's brought down.
On the ball, now.
It's a gain of 18.
60 Maverick.
Commanders first down.
Play action, now it's Daniels. That's complete yet again to Thornton. And he goes down, but not before getting us inside the 25.
21 more yards. That's another.
Now an audible here into something else.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
60 Bobcats. 18 Rattler.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Now Daniels going to keep it. Fights loose. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Here's a give to the fullback. That's Johnson. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2.
The end result was brute force on brute force. But think about everything that's going on if you're playing defensive tackle. You're dealing with at least one blocker across from you, trying to deal with him, shed him, and maybe even a second one before you have to try and make the tackle on the big guy.
On third down, Krosky Merritt. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12.
It's a gain of a yard. That's another Washington.
On the give, Krosky Merritt. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now a 2nd and 10.
He's brought down by Michael Williams.
Buffalo 18.
No gain on the play. Brings up
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
12-yard line.
7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Go.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Now Daniels going to keep it. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
And he'll score. Touchdown, Commanders. Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Commanders are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. And now the Washington offense going to stay out there and go for 2. Daniels going to try and throw for it. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll get in for the score. That's going to cut the lead down to 13. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples throughout a ball game. There's a great example right there.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd down and 9. And throwing here, Purdy. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Trey Amos. And the Commanders are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. Working out of the gun, Daniels. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And a throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And the defense on him quickly there as they stop him at the 40 for a gain of just 2.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback on the expected passing situation.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and now fall incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively, and you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
Panther 60, Panther 60. Panther 11, Panther 11.
Daniels going to throw for it.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Touchdown, 49ers. Mike Evans with his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Niners.
So typical, body of a dominance, that's so typical. Train like a god, that's so typical. And he's still modest, so typical. Don't wanna talk about it, so cynical. So cut it out like a umbilical. Don't wanna risk the ouch of the ridicule. It's so typical, visual, I feel like the what? Yeah, I wake up every morning and thank God for my lungs. Cause I'm breathing so good, I know I don't have to run. When you're looking this good, no one can tell you to jump, to swim. Yeah, I'm trying to ride the wave, I'm trying to get me paid, I'm trying to move and shake, I'm trying to walk away. I swear my wrists are great, I'm getting used to change. Face of a mortal, that's so typical. Body of a dominance, that's so typical. Train like a god, that's so typical. Still modest, so typical. Don't wanna talk about it, so cynical. So cut it out like a umbilical. Don't wanna risk the ouch of the ridicule. It's so
These restless eyes of mine will sit in to my heart and sugar. In a jumbled life of glitter, dream hit concrete, mind all jook up. Tend to think in 1,000 thoughts, I'll pop through north to the voice, get bored. Endless stairs in a sinking door, I search for things I don't need no more. Baby, I'm typically every day, can't call it shady. I'm airing you cause I'm an anxious state that worries daily. But if I link my G's, it goes away down honey lane. I gallop and we're darling, baby, jet, jet, jet.